The city never sleeps tonight. It's time to begin, isn't it? I get a little bit bigger than that. I'll admit I'm just the same as I was. Now don't you understand that I'm never changing who I am?
The banquet hall will come to order. We are now holding a banquet of the Allentown FFA chapter. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Madam President. The Sentinel. Stationed by the door. Your duties there? Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order. The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed by the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he's financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries, wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I am asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members. There are 6 officers present, Madam President. Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this banquet of the Allentown FFA chapter duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented. FFA members, faculty, family, and supporters, I am pleased to welcome you to the first ever virtual banquet of the Allentown FFA chapter. While we may have spent a large portion of this year virtual, the officers, members, and supporters still have put in continuous efforts that they should be recognized for. Throughout the night, we will hear from the 2020-2021 New Jersey State FFA President Talia Priori and hand out various awards in honor of service. We have many achievements to celebrate tonight from our past years of service and participation, so sit back and enjoy the night as we honor those members and supporters for all their help. Have a wonderful evening.
Our next speaker is a current attendee of the University of Delaware studying pre-veterinary medicine. She has previously served as not only the NJ State Treasurer, but also the New Jersey State President. She has participated in many CDEs throughout the year and has been a true leader through these challenging times. We are honored to introduce the former New Jersey State FFA President, Talia Priori.
Allentown, I greatly appreciate being invited to your virtual banquet, and I thank you all for the hard work you've done during this challenging and unique year. From winning first place at the Florida Design CDE, to staying top 3 for agronomy, food science, ag mechanics, forestry, and more, you have all proved your dedication to Allentown FFA and your desire to further your career success. You have also shown your ambition for personal growth and community leadership by successfully setting up a tower garden in your school, holding many fundraisers, having state and American degree recipients, and much more. All of your hard work and commitment has truly paid off, and I am beyond excited to see how each of you impact the future. The Grand Canyon is a massive hole in the middle of Arizona that has become wildly popular for its beautiful views and challenging trails. This breathtaking canyon, just like many other wonders of the earth, was not created overnight. The Grand Canyon specifically is the result of the Colorado River flowing through this piece of land and gradually washing away rock and earth. This chipping away of the earth was so gradual, it took about 5 to 6 million years for the canyon to be how it is today. 5 to 6 million years to create this beautiful formation we all know and love. If it wasn't for the Colorado River's persistence and perseverance, the Grand Canyon would be nowhere near as popular, pretty, or important as it is today. It would just be a piece of land. Similarly, in our own lives, we need to dedicate ourselves with that same persistence and perseverance if we want to be successful in our goals and purposeful in our life. Up until I hit college, I was obsessed with playing sports. Now, I won't lie to you all and say that I was the best at all of them, but they were a huge part of my life. 2 of my favorite sports to play were basketball and soccer. I'd been playing them ever since I was able to. Once I hit high school, these 2 sports had given me some trouble. For both sports, I was having a hard time adjusting to a new team, a new coach, and a new level of play. Specifically for basketball, I was having a hard time seeing eye to eye with the coach. I believed that I was better than the level I was being played on, and it made me feel as though my personal goals for the next 4 years were unattainable. Soon enough, I made the decisions that my struggles were not worth me staying on the basketball team any longer. After my freshman year of basketball, I did not return. While having these similar struggles on the soccer team, I sat with it a little bit longer. It wasn't until my junior year where I really contemplated quitting. For soccer, I made the decision to stay longer, stay on the team, and finish out my 4 years. I was not only more mature in decision making at this point since I was older, but I also realized that quitting the sport I've been playing since I was 5 was not going to resolve my problems. I decided to stay on the team, deal with the things that I couldn't control, and try to solve the problems that I did have control over. I quit basketball after my freshman year due to personal and team struggles that probably would have resolved or lessened over time. I stayed on the soccer team because I realized that small, personal, or team struggles wasn't worth me leaving some of the girls I was best friends with and the sport I'd lived my entire life through. If you ask me what my biggest regret is that isn't super detrimental to my life, it's quitting basketball. In middle school, I was a great player, and in high school, I had the potential to be even better. It was a sport that I loved playing and always wanted to get better at. My biggest goals were to get onto the varsity team as soon as possible and then join the 1,000-point club. Because of my irrational decision to quit, these goals were literally 100% unattainable. I decided to throw away the sport I love and goals that I wanted to reach simply because there were struggles and it was tough. Goals were out the window. For soccer, deciding not to quit really opened my eyes. I came back my senior year after wanting to quit and had one of the best years of my life. I got closer with my teammates, achieved some small personal goals, and now have the chance to say I got all out of the sport that I could. The struggles were worth my senior year. In our lives, there's going to be a lot of times where we want to quit. Things will get hard and struggles will arise, and we have 2 decisions above our head: quit or keep pushing. Drop everything, stop your progress, throw your goals out the window, and quit. Or manage those struggles, maybe look for some help, work even harder, and keep pushing. Persistence and perseverance ensure that we will achieve our goals and get the most out of what we're doing. When things get hard, pick yourself up and keep pushing through to make it out on top. The outcome will be worth the struggles that you stayed so strong in pursuing. The Grand Canyon wasn't formed overnight. It is the result of persistence and perseverance. The Colorado River kept flowing and kept carving. When struggles arise in our life or path to success, it is crucial that we keep flowing and keep carving. Don't give up and miss out on the experiences you would have had and the goals you would have crushed. See that light at the end of the tunnel and keep on pushing.
Talia, thank you for all your encouragement and support of our chapter and its members. Your support to the New Jersey State FFA Association has been invaluable, and we are very gracious to have been able to spend the last year with you.
At this time, we would like to recognize some of those who have provided continuous support of our chapter throughout the year. Monmouth County Board of Ag. For all of your support of our chapter and the other FFA chapters in Monmouth County, we thank you. Thank you for supporting our chapter's members, and as always, thank you for allowing us to sell produce at the Monmouth County Fair. QPAC. We cannot thank you enough for being such a large contributor to the success of our annual plant sale. Thank you for your unwavering support of our chapter over the years. High school and district administration. Thank you for your support of our chapter in all of our endeavors. We greatly appreciate all that you have done for our chapter and all of its members. Thank you for always being supportive and willing to help us execute all of our new activities and ideas in our school community. Buildings and grounds. Thank you so much for always being there for our chapter and always being ready to lend a helping hand. Jeremy Pujwajny, you have always been one of the biggest supporters of the Allentown FFA since you have graduated. Thank you for helping at nearly every single FFA event and helping us get this Banquet video edited. Lions Club, thank you so much for the scholarship opportunity that you allow our members to participate in each year. We greatly appreciate your generosity. We also would like to thank you for allowing us to participate in your Memorial Day Parade each year. It is something that all of our members look forward to, and we love having the opportunity to be in the parade. Allentown alumni and supporters. The Allentown alumni is a valued support system for our chapter, providing assistance at chapter events, offering scholarships for post-secondary education, and supporting our members as they travel to local, state, and national competitions. We thank you for all the opportunities that you make possible for us. Mr. Carney, there are truly no words to express how thankful we are for all that you do for our chapter and all of our members. We are truly grateful for you going to QPAC and transporting all the additional plants. Renee Stillwell, we cannot thank you enough for everything you have done for us this year, for helping us with all of our applications to taking all the photos for Horticulture Exposition. You played a huge role in our chapter this year, and we cannot thank you enough. We want to wish you good luck with your future endeavors in teaching agricultural education. Advisory Council Board members. Throughout the year, valuable members of our community work hard to keep the agricultural education program at our high school proficient and current to the ever-changing agricultural industry. These members traditionally meet at least 2 times a year to discuss with our ag educators, school administrators, advisors, officers, and student representatives about any changes or updates that could be made to our program, and oftentimes give advice on how we can improve the way we deliver agricultural education to more students.
Madam Secretary, will you please come forward to assist me with the honorary member degree ceremony? It is always a pleasure to receive honorary members into the FFA. The purpose of this ceremony is to recognize from time to time the efforts of others made on our behalf. Madam Secretary, please read the section of the National Constitution which provides for honorary membership.
Honorary membership. Farmers, school superintendents, principals, members of Board of Education, chapter advisors, teachers, staff members in agriculture education, business people, and others who are helping to advance agriculture education and the FFA, and who have endured outstanding service may be elected to honorary membership by a majority vote of the members present at any regular meeting or convention.
Madam Secretary, will you introduce those who are to receive this honor?
Madam President, members and guests, I am pleased to read the following name, Mr. Bradley Nicholas.
I welcome you as friends of the FFA. It is my privilege as Sentinel to extend to each of you the symbolic hand clasp of friendship and brotherhood.
As reporter, I am pleased to inform you that FFA is a national youth organization whose purpose is to develop agricultural leaders. We welcome you to membership.
Your contribution as a useful citizen in our democracy serves as an example for our members to follow. As treasurer, I welcome you to our organization.
The FFA needs counsel and guidance from recognized leaders. It is my pleasure as secretary to add your name to our roll of honorary members. As vice president, I welcome you to the FFA. I would inform you that our members learn to appreciate the dignity of labor. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much.
On behalf of every member, I wish to say we are proud to have you as honorary members. May this affiliation prove valuable to all. I impress upon you that we look for counsel and guidance. It is because of the great respect we have for you that you've been elected to honorary membership. May we always cooperate for the benefit of all. I now confer upon you honorary membership in the Allentown FFA chapter and present you with this token of membership.
We would like to thank Mr. Nick for his continued support. Thank you for always being available to proctor our multiple CDE events and allowing us to use your room for our multiple CDE tests throughout the year. All you have done for our chapter is cherished by all members, officers, and advisors. The Distinguished Service Award is given to an organization that provides support and dedication to both school and community activities. For their continued support of our FFA program, we are pleased to present this award to Good Earth Nursery. Thank you so much for assisting our chapter with many of our activities throughout the year. In 2020, you generously offered to sell plants from our very first virtual plant sale. We know that we can always look to you in need of help or if we have any questions, and that support is very much appreciated. Thank you for always helping us without hesitation whenever we ask, and for your continued support. Throughout the year, members have taken part in many state and national career and leadership development events. Career development events, or CDEs, demonstrate the meaningful connections between classroom instruction and real-life skills. Leadership development events, LDEs, are competitions designed to help build personal skills. These CDEs and LDEs took place virtually. The fall CDE results are as follows. Land judging. The team took 3rd overall. Team members included Patrick McMahon, Rebecca Hopkins, Shreya Gadaraju, and Kale Lang. Winter CDE results. Floral design. The team placed 1st overall. The team members were Becca Hopkins, Olive Scaff, Jennifer Healy, and Kylie Byrne. Forestry. The team placed 3rd overall, and the team members were Patrick McMahon, Brandon Chen, Jennifer Healy, and Olive Scaff. Spring CDE results. Agricultural, technical, and mechanical systems. The team placed 2nd overall, and the team members included Ryan Mashka, RJ McLaughlin, Cole Mashka, and John Sikorsky. Veterinary science. The team placed 9th overall, and the team members included Patrick McMahon and Jennifer Healy. Floriculture. Kylie Byrne individually ranked 9th overall. Food science and technology. The team placed 3rd overall, and the team members included Shreya Gadaraju, Patrick McMahon, Rebecca Hopkins, and Jennifer Healy. Horse evaluation. The team placed 3rd overall, and the team members included Olive Scaff, Jennifer Healy, Kylie Byrne, and Rebecca Hopkins. Agronomy. The team placed 2nd overall, and the team members included Kylie Byrne and Gavin Byrne. At this time, we would like to acknowledge the results of the 91st State Convention for 2019 to 2020. Our Hall of States team placed 1st. The team members included Susan Mandeville, Allie Caratenuto, Jen Healy, and Becca Hopkins. The official ceremonies team also placed 1st in the state, and the team members were Jennifer Healy, Allie Caratenuto, Juliana Garaji, Susan Mandeville, Kylie Byrne, Brian Paswishny, and Olive Scaff. For the public speaking events, Jennifer Healy placed 1st in the state for extemporaneous public speaking. Becca Hopkins placed 3rd in the 6 to 8 minute prepared speech event. The following awards were awarded based on individual merit, competition, and recognition. Joanna Ritchie received 2 scholarships from the State Association. Jessica Corbett and Joe Colamarino both received scholarships from the National FFA. Jennifer Healy was recognized as the January State Member of the Month.
Ali Karatenuto was recognized as the February State Member of the Month. Susan Mandeville was recognized as the March Member of the Month. Susan Mandeville, Ali Karatenuto, Jennifer Healy, and Joe Colamarino all received their state degrees. Joan West received her Garden State Honorary degree. Meredith Doffers and Jessica Corbett both received their American degree. The chapter was recognized with a gold ranking, and the H.O. Sam scrapbook containing pictures and memorabilia from all our activities this past year was awarded first in the state competition. The chapter received a gold ranking in the 8,000-hour challenge, contributing over 800 hours towards the state's goal. The Allentown FFA chapter was ranked gold in the state and was named second overall chapter in New Jersey.
There are 5 levels of membership in the FFA: Discovery, Greenhand, Chapter, State, and American. We will now recognize those members who received those degrees and honor those students who have excelled as members in each degree level.
This year, several students received this Greenhand degree from the chapter. The recipients were John LaQuara, Samantha DiMicheli, Brendan Chen, Adriana Garagi, Christopher Colley, Skylar LaFisca, Tina Balcarcel, John Sikorsky, and Gavin Byrne. This year's Star Greenhands have participated in various CDE teams and have shown outstanding participation in FFA activities and their SAEs. This year's Star Greenhand in Plant Science is Adriana Garagi. This year's Star Greenhand in Animal Science is Gavin Byrne. This year, 2 students reached the level of chapter degree, which is the highest degree a chapter can bestow on its members. The recipients are Kylie Byrne and Olive Scaff. The Star chapter placement is given to a student who is qualified to receive their chapter degree and has a placement SAE. This year's Star in chapter placement is Kylie Byrne in the area of Plant Science and Olive Scaff in the area of Animal Science.
Every time I thought about writing this speech, my mind went blank. How do you fit 4 of the best years of your life into a 3-minute speech? Simply put, you don't. When I look back at the person I was 4 years ago, it's not even close to who I am today. I mean, I never wore Crocs back then, so obviously I was doing something wrong. But thanks to Susan, I'm addicted. On the more serious side, I had no direction, no plan, and no goals for myself. When I was elected treasurer my sophomore year, that was when this became real to me. Suddenly, I had gained a purpose in that I had to help run this chapter and help get the others the chance to partake in the opportunities that I got to experience. When I say run this chapter, it makes it sound like a job, but everything I took on was because I wanted to. I can't say some of it didn't feel like work, because it did, but I can say that I was finally deciding on my own what I wanted to do and take part in. This is where I began developing as a person by gaining self-confidence, public speaking skills, and allowing myself to show my individuality. At my first national convention, I still remember how I felt sitting in the Lucas Oil Stadium. I was thinking about how stiff my jacket was and how the 15 strobe lights were a bit much. But in reality, I felt overwhelmed in a positive way because I got to see how far this organization really does stretch. That convention is where I learned that I really was part of something larger than myself. And it gave me such a feeling of accomplishment that I still carry around to this day. Continuing on, I have been on many teams throughout my life. Field hockey, track, lacrosse, soccer, and if you want to count it, Girl Scouts. Never before, though, had I been on a team like this. We would spend a good 10 hours together on a light week. We shared rooms and spent days on end in each other's company. This is what allowed for my team members to become my best friends. Working so closely together, we learned to trust each other, and we shared stories, secrets, and experiences. I never thought it possible for a team to become a family, but we have become one each year that I have been an officer. Yes, we get sick of each other on occasion, sometimes throw the handbook at each other, or even steal each other's car keys. But at the end of the day, I love all of them, and I can easily say that we've become best friends. I will never forget how my officers were always there for me and how we have countless memories of laughter and success, such as being totally unproductive at winter revivals or completing the scrapbook in 2 hours, and totally failing at filming official ceremonies. All of that leads me to say how I've changed into a person who always speaks their mind, shoots for the stars, and wants to live their life to the fullest.
Thank you. When I was in 7th grade, my sister was a freshman at Allentown. She came home from her first day and was talking to my mom about all the different clubs they had and what she was thinking about joining. She told me about FFA and how it was some agricultural club that when I get to high school I should join because she thought it was something that I might like. Well, she was right. Once I got to my freshman year, I joined FFA, and the Ag Building quickly became the place I spent a lot of my time. The experiences I have had through being a member and officer for Allentown are irreplaceable. 2 of the conferences I have been to that I feel have the biggest impact on me were definitely National Convention and the Washington Leadership Conference. For Nationals, getting to fly to Indianapolis and stay in a hotel with some of my best friends was an unforgettable experience, as well as all the people I became friends with from all over the country. I went to the Washington Leadership Conference in the summer of 2019 with Susan, and this was definitely the summer that we became the closest. I learned so much about leadership and how to make a difference, and getting to do that while making so many new friends and also having a friend there with me. On top of all the skills I have gained from being an FFA, like leadership, public speaking, advocating for a cause, and making connections with others, I've also gained many lifelong friends. Susan, Cheyenne, Brian, and Jen have all become such important people in my life. Aside from spending so much time with them in FFA and school, I saw them a lot outside of that too. From spending so many weekends and days after school with Cheyenne and then helping her move into a new house and being there almost every weekend, to all the sleepovers and lunch dates with Jen and Susan, to working with Brian at farm markets, and all the nights Jen, Susan, Brian, and I would go to TK's and hang out for hours, you guys so easily and quickly became my best friends. Having a group of instant best friends and an amazing officer team each year where we were all so willing to support each other, not only through our successes, but helping each other when we may have fell a little short or were just having a rough day. We always made the time to listen and help each other. With a successful team comes our advisors also. Mr. Cruzan and Miss Emmons have helped me in a multitude of ways. Through learning everything I know about FFA, agriculture, and everything that FFA has taught me, they have been there every step of the way to help guide me and the officer team and help us with all of our applications and how to effectively lead the chapter. With the support of my family, officer team, advisors, and everyone who had helped me on this journey, I am forever grateful and know I always have a home at the Ag Building. I could not have made a better decision of an organization to join, and I am so happy I spent my 4 years of high school with these amazing people.
Coming to this school, I never expected to find something that I would end up loving. I started high school at Allentown in a teaching program that I found no joy in. Then I started a class with Miss Emmons, and that's when it all started. She convinced me and Jen to attend a chapter meeting, and we were both very hesitant at first, but we ended up attending the meeting anyway. And we were very confused about the whole thing, or as what FFA was. But ever since that meeting, we never stopped going. Fast forward a year later, I was running to be elected as a 2018-2019 chapter officer. Luckily enough, I was chosen to be the chapter's reporter for that year. That's when everything started for me. When I was elected as an officer, I knew things had to change and were going to change. I knew that I couldn't be the shy girl who never wanted to stand in front of anybody or even have to engage with anybody new. And I knew that that wasn't realistic as a chapter officer. FFA has allowed me to come out of my shell and show people who I really am, and I owe that to my fellow officer teams for the past 3 years. Every single one of them were always so supportive and were always there for me whenever I needed and show me that it's okay to step out of my comfort zone once in a while. But there's 4 people that I especially could not have done this without: Allie, Cheyenne, Jen, and Brian. They all have been there for me in so many ways, and I cannot thank them enough. I would never have been able to make it through these years without them. If you ever need a good laugh or someone to blatantly be honest with you, have a talk with Jen or Brian. Or if you need someone to give you some advice or someone to just sit there and listen to you complain, or even just talking about how we're going to move away and live 10 minutes away from each other in 10 years, Allie and Cheyenne are those people. They will always be some of the best friends, and I hope that never changes. To the people that have always supported me through my FFA journey, I cannot thank you enough. Me being an FFA would not have been possible without the push from Miss Emmons to attend a chapter meeting, or both Mr. Cruzan and Miss Emmons' continued support and help through these past years, from applications and activities or just listening to personal problems. Mom and Dad, I could not have asked for a better support system through these 4 years. Your push to attend that September chapter meeting changed my life forever, and I cannot thank you enough. From driving me back and forth to school for meetings, events, and allowing me to attend multiple overnight events, and just loving me unconditionally. This would not have been possible without you. Although this past year and a half was not typical, it never stopped me from wanting to be a part of something that was bigger than myself. FFA will always be my home, and the members and alumni will always be my family. I will always be thankful for these last 4 years, and I would not change a thing.
It all started when I was in 5th grade. My brother had just been elected as treasurer of the Allentown FFA. I was introduced to the Atmosphere FFA at the first meeting. I was greeted by one of the past presidents, Stuart Fonts. He talked to me as a mature adult and didn't treat me as the child he could have because I was only 10 years old at the time. He told me about how the FFA was. He told me how it could help me with public speaking, grow as a leader, and so much more that I could only bear to witness in the next 4 years once I got into high school. Starting on freshman year, I was told about the robotics team by my grandmother who worked at the school. I went to the interest meeting and found it to be something that I was extremely interested in. I always had an interest to go in the garage and work on something, so it was something I loved to do. On my way home that day, I felt that I needed to make a very difficult decision on myself. I didn't know whether to go with FFA or go with robotics. I didn't see until I came home and talked about it with my family that I could just do both. Like, I don't know how I didn't make that decision when I was at school, right there and then, but it just didn't come up to me because I was only a freshman, and freshmen aren't. I wasn't that smart as a freshman, so we're gonna start there. But I'm so happy I did it, looking back on it now, that I ended up doing both. Starting with FFA. The first conference that I went to was LEAD. Didn't have that good of a time, but that was all on me. I came in with a bad mindset, and it ended up being bad. But the next year when I went to LEAD, I had a good mindset, and I had the time of my life. It was the best conference that I could have gone to. Moving on to the next convention for state, I was actually recruited to go up and work the lights and sounds with Hannah Mann, and that was amazing. I had the best time of my life doing that at state convention. I made so many new friends from different chapters, made so many new connections. It was the time of my life. For the next 3 years, continuing past freshman year, I endured the time-consuming activities of FFA and robotics. I enjoyed every moment of being an officer on the Allentown FFA team. I created so many new friendships and connections to my community. I had many job offers from these said connections. I also got to compete at the national level for agricultural and technological systems. I was able to place gold with the help of my wonderful advisors and mentors along the way. To pretty much sum it all up, I was able to learn so much in what can be considered a short amount of time. I learned how to become a better leader and how to hold a conversation with someone I've never even met before. I learned how to tell different types of grass and weeds apart from each other in the turf management CDE. And I was able to expand my personal knowledge of raising chickens, which I have 30 right now with 21 more well on the way. I would never have made it this far without the amazing advisors, friends, and family that I have. I could not have asked for a better 4 years of my life, and I cannot wait to continue on with all of the knowledge that I have gained.
Jennifer Healy, I am pleased to present you with this gavel in commemoration of your previous year serving as chapter president. May this year bring you success and happiness as you continue your journey at Delaware Valley University.
Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I have, Madam President. Thank you all for joining us tonight in celebration of the past year at Allentown FFA. We hope to see you all at future events. That is all, Madam President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this banquet? We are about to adjourn this banquet of the Allentown FFA chapter. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me in a salute to our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I now declare this banquet adjourned.
You got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. Yeah, you've got a friend in me. Baby, you've got a friend